Skirt, what's up guys? It is your boy T-Rot with another video. This is going to be a review slash overview of 3 budget high capas. Why did I say budget? Because the top one costs about 170 bucks. These are 3 common options that have been on the market for a little bit from a couple different companies as alternates to buying a stock TM high capa. So I'm super excited about these. They all cover a different platform and style, and also TM compatibility. Some say they are, some aren't, even though they say they are. So I'm looking really forward to getting into this for you guys. So the competitors, I'll go over the competitors, where I got them. So shout out to the people that helped me with this video. Going over price, performance, how they feel out of the box. Mods that I would recommend for these guns. You might see some consistencies, some you might not, because they may not take TM parts. So I'll go over TM compatibility, because if you are buying a high cap, I know you want to upgrade it with airsoft masterpiece parts, cow, AIP, all that such. So we'll go over that, and then also performance out of the box, how they perform on green gas and HPA. I specifically went out and bought a can of green gas just for this video. Now it is cold out, so I might not be able to use it to get an accurate representation. But I'll go over the mags, and I've only changed a few things on these. Like I put mag wells and I took mag wells off certain guns. That's about it. Other than that, bone stock. So yeah, the first thing is what are the contenders in this? We have the Armament R501. These retail between $125 and I'd say $140 at the most, just because of where you're looking. This is based off the cost to carry. This was purchased from Airsoft headquarters with their trade-in program. I got rid of one of my guns just to get this for this video, you guys. This feels really good out of the box. Comes with a standard 30 round mag with a mock Texas logo. I know that's kind of a thing. So that is the first gun. The second gun is definitely the most flashy and the most upgraded out of the box, with your anodized parts, and that is the Lancer Tactical Nightshade. This guy retails between $160 and $180, depends on where you are looking. This was in collaboration with Renegade Airsoft. Shout out to them, shout out to Anthony for helping me with this. And keep in mind, these were not free. I was not given these, so I did have to pay for these. I may have been helped out in a different way, but I definitely had to pay for these. This guy comes with a standard 30 round mag. It's outside, I don't feel like grabbing it. It's a high capa mag. But yeah, this definitely has the most shiny parts, most anodized. It definitely looks the most upgraded out of the box with all the gold parts. Gold outer barrel, gold trigger, gold slide release, gold grip safety, and gold magwell. And then the next gun is honestly probably my favorite out of these 3, which is kind of surprising because it is also the cheapest gun typically. That's the Jag Gm X4 3.0. It comes with a standard mag with a flat bottom. This is a KJW magwell that I put on here, just because I like how it feels and I felt like putting it on there, and it doesn't affect the performance, so I figured why not. I got the bronzish barrel. I'm super excited about this. I really like how it looks. This feels the best in my hands. The grip feels really comfortable. I like the length, I like the slide, I like how the frame has the cut in the front. Whatever. These retail for about $120 to $130 depending on where you're looking. I got this through Airsoft Atlanta, because Mir Tactical by me did not have them in stock. So next up is going to be feel out of the box, and just going over the features of them and everything about them. This is the Army Armament. Has a comp on the front, regular mag, a hand stippled grip, and then also, as I'm doing this gun is pretty similar to the Lancer Tactical, I noticed. I'm pretty sure it's the same exact grip, as you can see. So if anything shares similarities between these two, I'm gonna do it together, just to kind of speed up the video, because I know sometimes my videos can be long. So this is the same grip, 100%. Also, it's the same trigger. This one's just anodized. They have the same adjustment screw and everything. I'm pretty sure they're the same grip screws. I'm 99% sure that the frame is the same, except the Armament has one extra rail cut, and that is because the slide rails are the same exact height and width, and they feel pretty much like the same gun. Front fiber optic, standard. This is actually a 5.1 style rear sight, 5.1 on the Lancer and 4.3 parts on the Jag. I kind of like this. I like the slide port. All of these are 12mm threads in the front, which is fucking stupid. Standard is 11. Come on, guys. It's fucking stupid that I have to go out and buy a separate adapter for it. Basic hop up. Front ported comp, which is pretty cool. The threaded tip came off this really easy. The Jag came off really easy. The Lancer, it's still in there. Whoops. But it also comes with it's a 5.1 with the ported comp. But it comes with a 4.3 length inner barrel because they didn't want the barrel to stick through the comp and look kind of weird. So yeah, the only issue out of the box that I've noticed when I was using this was when you put the mag in. This is also the same with the Lancer Tactical, is it pushes the slide release forward, and I don't know why it does that. So as you're shooting, the slide release will pop out 100% of the time. It does it on every single mag for me, even with my HPA M4 adapter, the primary arms. So that is just a little quirk about this. Other than that, it's really snappy. A lot of the guys in the field like it. I let people run these just to get other people's feels about them. This one people loved. I've run it about 90 psi with HPA. It ran pretty good. I would suggest running it about 100 though. It seemed to like that a little bit more, and that kept it around 350-ish. I tend to keep my FPS as low as possible just because I tend to shoot a little bit faster, so I try to compensate with that by, one, slowing down, but two, also just lowering my FPS and watching my joules. So that's that. The Lancer Tactical is definitely the flash. You saw the box. It is also has a couple weird things about it too. It does the same slide release thing. It's 12mm thread. Orange tip was a pain in the ass on this guy. I could not get it out. Front fiber optic again. A extended mag release. It's actually just a bigger dial style versus just a standard one. So you get a little bit more surface area. It doesn't bring it any further back towards your thumb. It's just a little bit bigger. All the gold parts feel nice quality. The magwell, also this does have a magwell in it. I took it off and I put it on a different gun. I didn't change any of the internals though. This is also a 5.3 length, if I forgot to mention that. Pretty weird length, but it works really good. It has 5.1 inner barrel. So you can run those longer outer barrels and it won't look as wonky, or longer inner barrels. If you do put a airsoft matchpiece outer barrel on it, it looks kind of funny because it sits more recessed. But even the outer barrel's gold. It says 9x19. This guy feels really good out of the box. It's definitely the heaviest. It's probably between these two. It is a little bit sluggish on green gas, I have to say, just like the Armament. They're all going to be a little bit more sluggish on green gas versus HPA. This guy you have to run at a higher PSI. This could definitely benefit from a short stroke kit. They all can. That's pretty general. This definitely could use a better hop up too. Probably a lightweight blowback unit because the slide is pretty heavy. It is pretty sluggish. So one thing I don't like about that. Even running it at about 100 psi, that's basically on the 350 limit. I couldn't turn it up anymore to get a little bit more faster cycling because, as you know, if you turn up the pressure a little bit, you get a little bit more cycling speed. But I couldn't turn it up anymore because I hit the max FPS, and I'm pretty sure that's because of just the longer 5.1 length. And the nozzle has pretty good sail on this one. They all do. But yeah, so that's the Lancer Tactical Nightshade. And then next up, like I said, is my favorite. I'll take the mag out. The Jag Gm X4. This is the 3.0, so it's the GMX4 3.0. And this one's definitely the best looking by far out of those to me personally. This has a 4.3 rear sight, green fiber optic versus the red, 12mm threads, fluted, spiraled outer barrel, which looks really good. The grip feels really good. It's more of that golf ball style that you see on some of the older high kappa 1911 style, with the mock puzzle trigger and just a standard mag release. It had a regular bottom grip, but I put the KGW mag well on there and it fit really good. Did have to tap it a little bit in place and have to do a little bit of hole alignment, but it was good. This guy definitely was the best performing. It shot really good at 90 psi. This guy definitely does the best out of the box. It rips. I am personally a 4.3 guy. I love 4.3s. I think they look the best with the slide length to grip sizing ratio. But yeah, this guy definitely could benefit from a short stroke kit. Green gas, it is still pretty sluggish with all standard gas blowbacks. But yeah, this guy is definitely my favorite of the box. Best performing. No weird issues with the mag release. Seems to be the best build. It's also the lightest. That's because it's a 4.3, but I really like it. Higher quality. The only ugly part about it is I hate that it says Jag there, just like the Lancer Tactical, and it has a QR code on the bottom, but whatever. But all three of these have the double undercut for the trigger guard, so it makes it a little bit more comfortable. So that's kind of general an overview of them. Next up is TM compatibility. No slide fits. I'm just gonna put that out there. No airsoft masterpiece out of the box will fit any of these. These two, it will not fit at all. The slide rails on the Lancer and the Army are too big. Now, what do I mean by that is this is too tall and too wide. I'm not filing down my slide, and I'm not going to file down the slide rails because you can damage it. I highly recommend don't mess around with that. The upper is full TM compatible. Drop-in units, the outer barrel with this guy's a little bit different because it does have the comp. You're going to have to stick with that outer barrel just because it is built into it, as you can see. If you really wanted to change it out, you can, but it's not going to cycle as much because of how the slide is cut for the sight. It will not work. Short stroke, definitely recommend a better hop-up unit for all three of them. Short strokes all across the board. Nozzles seem to be pretty strong in all of these guys. Good compression. Blowback units are pretty heavy, so I highly recommend changing those out. So that is that with the slide compatibility. Lower, everything's been fitting pretty good. As with anything, if it's not a TM, TMs are tried and true 100%. If you guys know you're going to build a Gucci high kappa like all of mine, you know you're going to build it, slide everything, just buy a TM. Because you know everything's going to fit. You're not going to be dicking around with anything. The Lancer, again, slide won't fit. Outer barrels, you can get a 6-inch outer barrel like the KGW accelerators. It's going to stick out a little weird, but that's pretty much your best option. And then lower, you can get your like mag release fit, triggers, mag walls fit, grip safeties fit, all that kind of stuff. Just remember it is a 5.3 length, so if you do go put a 5.1 inner barrel, it's going to be sticking pretty much to this ridge on the slide, give or take. So that is the only issue with this guy. These two say that they're fully TM compatible. If they can't take an airsoft masterpiece slide, they are not compatible. Call it 90% TM compatible, whatever the hell you want. To me, and from other people that I've talked to, compatible means 100%. I don't have to modify it to fit. I would 100% have to modify either the frames or my slides. So that's that. And the Jag, out of the box, slides don't fit. Now, why doesn't the Jag take the slides? Well, it takes Sanctus 3D printed slides, as you can see in Kraken's video. If you want to do an airsoft masterpiece slide, though, the problem is on the airsoft masterpiece slides, they have a little nub here. Now I don't have one with me, I can go grab it, but I don't feel like it. There's a little nub that you can file off. The frame rails on the back of the slide fit really well onto the slide. The only problem is the nub stops it from clearing the front of the slide and it won't fit in the groove. So you can file that down and you will get a fitment. 4/3 length outer barrels, guide plugs. Also guide plugs don't work in any of these. They are all too small of a diameter. I have AIP, Airsoft Masterpiece, none of them fit. Because of the diameter, the inner diameter for the guide plug holder on each one of these slides is too small. So there is that. Guide rods, unless you want to build it Gucci, stick with the guide rod. It is color matched to the outer barrel. Definitely recommend doing hop up. Again, blowback unit, you can do 4/3 sights, or you can do on these two. Lower, everything fits. I've had fun changing out everything on this and it works good, and I put it back to stock. So just a quick overview of all of these. If you want one out of the box, if you want something that you can take out of the box and use, but you want a double stack high kappa versus a single stack 1911 like the Elite Force 1911 TAC, if you want something a little bit more than that, these two are fine. If you want your more tactical looking, I highly recommend the Army. It does feel really good out of the box. Just a couple quirks with it, but this would definitely fit your more tactical, non-flashy guys. I can see you guys really liking this one. This is, you don't want to have to pay for all those fancy Airsoft Masterpiece parts or AIP or anything else and add another $200 to your gun. So for $170, I think it's a great option for all the colored parts that you get. This guy performs really well. So this I recommend. I could see this being a little bit cheaper, but beware of the compatibility, but I still highly recommend this guy. If you want to build and you don't want to buy a TM for whatever reason, you're stubborn about it, you don't want to do it, the Jag. 100% the Jag is going to be your best option. It's going to have the least amount of modifications you're going to have to make for it to fit. And it's also the cheapest and pretty common. So yeah, that is the differences between 3 budget high kappas. I know Echo 1 has theirs. This is an Echo 1. So anything, they might have changed it a little bit, but the Echo 1 tap is made by the same people. They're all made by the same people. I'm honestly surprised that the Jag isn't made like the Echo ones because they're part of all the same distribution. But these guys are actually a little bit more team compatible. So go Jag on this one, right? Now I will have shooting videos and gameplay videos of these following this video in the next couple of days. I probably won't be able to get a tracer unit on it unless I can get my hands on a 12mm adapter today at Airsoft headquarters. So if there isn't that, then you're just going to have to deal with non-tracers. But I think tracers add that aesthetic to the video where you guys can actually see the gun performing. But other than that, that is 3 budget high kappas, that are all under $200 that come great out of the box with all their own little quirks. But you can definitely make any of these work for you guys that want a high kappa starting out. And you guys don't want to bother with upgrading, tinkering. If you guys just want something to take out of the box, I highly recommend either of these 3. Alright, skirt skirt, see ya.